testing, but that block that, so that happen again. Okay. Okay. I think good now. Time to adjust to this new setup of mine. Switch over. Okay, perfect. I think. Okay. Whoops. Headphones are a weird thing to adjust to. But okay people. So hello everybody. Welcome to the stream. To introduce myself for those of you that may not know me, my name is Sean. I make games, I play games, basically games, as I like to sort of start off the week with. As per usual, for these streams, what I'm going to be doing over the next 2 hours is a little bit of a demo of the game I'm currently working on called Mage Princess Aalia. Hi, Entropy Rat. Nice to see you. Always a pleasure. Made it just in time. So, right, we're going to be going over a little bit of what I'm currently working on for my current game, Mage Princess Aalia, followed by some other play of Star Ocean 3 for about an hour and a half. Let's see. Ooh, my chat box is a little bit squished up. Let me see if I can fix that just a little bit. Box properties. Extend it up. Extend it a little bit without causing any trouble. To get a little squished up, but yeah, I'm on Streamlabs, so if there's anything weird, please let me know. This is my first time using it. I did spend some time setting it up, making sure that things were kind of relatively okay, but if anything else is going on, let me know. Am I good for volume in terms of speaking and everything? Am I coming through clear? Before we get too deep into it, because I know that last time. Okay, perfect. Oh, hi, my name is Matt. Glad to see you. Yeah. Ooh, I'm gonna have to try to figure out the chat fix at some point. That seems to have been still squished up a little. It's a little squished up, but for now we can read it. But okay, you can hear me. Perfect. You'll have to pardon any keyboard sounds that come through. Unfortunately, I'm still trying to get the gating right on that, and my mic is, for right now, still a little too close to my keyboard. New streaming equipment is coming in that will eventually fix that, but for right now, kind of gotta deal with it as it is. So let me just switch scenes over in Unity. Let's get this show on the road. Let me just make sure also that this other thing didn't kick an error on me when I wasn't looking. Okay, perfect. All right. Again, handy dandy PS4 controller, and let's get started about the game. So this week's mostly around some other stuff. Oh, I forgot that I made a custom mouse cursor. So with this week in particular, I mostly spent a lot of time on some small things, but some kind of major updates kind of came down the pipe. So first of all, for those of you that may not have been here last week, why is it switching to that still? Oopsie. Oh, I'll figure that out. But so last week I showed off a character sprite, but now we actually have walking, so to speak. We have the basic frames kind of going. My artist is currently working on some of the rest of them, but we have the basic ones in, including for, I can do this without, including the ones for shooting. For right now, because I have to figure out a proper way to really do some of the blend states better, you'll stop when you fire, but I'm kind of working that out still. I had to adjust the aiming arrow just a little bit, because now that the shots are coming directly from Aalia's hand, before they used to kind of come from the center of her sprite. So now the aiming arrow kind of adjusts itself accordingly to sort of snap closer to wherever the offset of her hand is going to be. So it's a little bit easier to get direct shots. Otherwise, it was a little bit inaccurate. It does look kind of strange in certain circumstances, so I'm still tweaking it a little bit. Pretty much all the other functionality works kind of as normal. Aside from the fact that I'm still switching into shot state sometimes for no reason, but I'll debug that off stream. Right, so for those of you that might be new to the stream and kind of are like, what is this game about, how does it work? The basic idea here is that your shots all draw from this pool of mana. I should actually probably make sure this maximizes so you can see a little bit better. Give me 1 sec. That's better. This off screen. So the basic idea here is that when you fire shots, they draw from that pool of mana that is kind of depicted on the top left side. If you hold down the button, you can charge up accordingly, and when you release, you fire. And the indicator tells you about how much charge it's going to take to do a certain thing. A little bit of dialogue here. But the basic idea behind the story of the game itself is that the character you play as, Aalia, is basically the princess of a kingdom. She was exiled when she was younger, mostly because her father was a very, very mean and very, very bad king, and the guy that basically took over from the Branch family is just as ambitious, but has a better public face. But one of the things he tried to do is just make sure that Aalia got the big so that she couldn't really contest him for the throne or anything. Supporters of Aalia's grandfather, who was not nearly as terrible a ruler as her father was, got her out safely. She spent a couple of years outside of the kingdom, getting ready to kind of take it back, and now she's here to take it back. So we have our first boss again. The behavior is still pretty much the same for the most part. Should be, except shooting isn't working. Alright. Oh. That can be fixed. I think I have a feeling I know why that happened. I had to refactor a couple of things over the course of the week, and so something might have broken there. Yep, good old dad stories indeed. So basically, it's her father's fault that a lot of the trouble she's in is what she's in. So, for the most part, the game is just her kind of like making her way back through the various outposts that the new king has set up and kind of dismantling his power structure little by little so that she can take control again. That's good. These enemies still work as normal. That's good. Ow. Right. And so, after beating the first boss, again, for those of you that are kind of new to it, after you beat the first boss, you get the ability to use the same magic that they did. So, or that she did, rather. So, you can now actually, like, use magic to kind of push them a little bit. You can use it to, like, push into other enemies. Like this. But sometimes it seems that still working out a little bit of that against the walls, but you know, you figure that out. So these enemies that jump used to actually teleport. Not nearly as great, but you know. Alright, so keep on walking. So yeah, for the most part, as you keep progressing through the game, you basically just pick up kind of more. You pick up more magic and more spells from the bosses that you run into. If these enemies are firing properly, I'd be able to show you the Ooh, right, magic bursts. I forgot about that. That's something new that works this week. So basically, when you collect a certain kind of power-up, you enable something called a magic burst, which is basically just a super-powered version of one of your other forms of magic. So with your default one, it just makes a series of kind of 5 spells at stronger power that cluster and just basically blitz down an opponent all at once. However, if you use a pulse magic burst, I love this one, it will kind of draw an enemy in and then spit them out after a little while and sort of throw them in a different direction. So yeah, the major accomplishment as far as this week goes was getting pulse bursts to work. That actually took a lot of doing. I probably broke it like 3 times trying to get it to work. So getting that is kind of the highlight. Each type of magic that you learn has a different, sort of behaves differently with that. Huh. That one's interesting. Just slid straight up, right on past, huh? That was not supposed to happen, but, we take those. These are kind of the consequences of changing certain things under the hood, I guess. Ouch. Yeah. So basically, ouch. This boss fight is kind of just a, it's basically just a mix of both this assassin enemy and, that you've been fighting the whole time, as well as another enemy who has this anti-magic aura. Basically, when you stand in it, it kind of saps your energy, and you sort of have to deal with that accordingly. Plans to add a sprint or dash mechanic? No, not at the moment. I wasn't showing it because the enemies that technically suffer about it the most aren't working correctly. But rather than having a sprint or a dash, if you see that there are shots coming toward you, you have a shielding mechanic that you can use to kind of push enemies away from you. it does work even against melee attacks, and successfully repelling an enemy does actually give you a little bit of magic back. So there's no sprint or dash, but you have the shield as kind of like a way of getting around that. So basically the main reason why I didn't want like a dash or a rolling mechanic is mostly because I wanted this to be very much a game about like good timing in terms of like what sort of mastery things are rewarded. Oops. And now I'm stuck with the shield on forever. There we go. I unbroke it, mostly. Or scratch. Okay, it's one down. So yeah, oh, how did I cause that to happen? So, the boss is still here, it's just that, I seem to have at some point accidentally faded the sprite so much that you literally can barely see. Don't know how that one happened. Alright, let's get the rest of this cutscene, because that's kind of not super important to what we want to do right now. But pretty much that's what I got so far. I was gonna show level 3 again, but the main things that I really wanted to show off are kind of the new walking sprite, as well as the new mana burst mechanic that I gotten working. The third type of magic that you can use in this game also has one, but I haven't started working on that one yet. So we'll see it soon, but maybe in like the next week or the week after I squash a couple of these bugs with enemy shooting. But if anybody has any questions kind of about Mage Princess Aalia, kind of what it's about, how it handles, all that other kind of stuff, feel free to ask either during the chat or you can feel free to ask even while I'm playing Star Ocean, or just anytime. Feel free to reach out to me on Twitter if you have any questions about the game or anything. So with that, it is sort of time for the next part of the stream, which will be none other than Star Ocean 3. So allow me just 1 minute to get our setup going over here. Gently minimize this. Make sure that got it running in the background. Okay. Then I'm gonna adjust a couple sound things in a second. Sorry, give me 1 second. Just that. Okay. So nice. Boots up. Now gonna switch over. And just adjust the volume a little bit, because I did get some advice from last time that whenever I run this Star Ocean, it kind of overtakes my voice a little bit. Okay, volume check. Is the game overpowering me? No, let's give it a second. Yeah, please let me know if the game is overpowering me as I talk. Basically, every time I set the volume mix on this thing, it winds up resetting when I'm not looking. But so volume check. Are we good? Is everything sounding alright? Do I need to turn down the game a little bit more? So, last time on Star Ocean, when we were playing it, let me see. Where did we leave off? Oh, right. So, shenanigans happened. We crash landed on another planet after getting off of another planet that we crash landed on. We've basically been press ganged to help out the Sacred Kingdom of Aquaria, whose enemies, the something Eriglyph, I forget the actual full title. Basically, you have Eriglyph and Aquaria, these two kingdoms. Eriglyph is like, listen, we want to redistribute some of this territory, by which I mean they're basically just kind of doing the fight thing. And so what has happened is that we've been sort of abducted by Nell Zelfer, this nice lady that we see as our third party member over here. She's saying, hey, y'all are gonna help us make awesome weapons to get Eriglyph off our backs. And we're like, lol, okay, but only because you sprung us from the dungeons. I'm grossly oversimplifying, but you know, funnier that way. So we just had a boss battle against a mud golem over here. I opened up this gate, and now we're going to go to one of my not as favorite parts in this game. Oh, whoops. So Aura. Got him. Just gotta and help Cliff. Ouch. Got him. Right. So with this game in particular, to sort of re-explain how it works. So basically, characters have a weak attack and a strong attack. And basically speaking, weak attacks are faster than strong attacks, obviously. Strong attacks are used to break guards, and then guards are used against weak attacks. In order to attack, you have this fury meter that kind of fills up when you're like standing still and not doing anything in particular. So if you know an enemy is using his weak attack, you kind of stand still a little bit, let your anti-attack aura thing go off, and sort of block them out from trying to knock you around, and then you sort of go from there. I left by accident because I don't know where I'm going. But basically, once you've done that, you can kind of just like you sort of smash them down. Okay, so I need to come over here. There are 5 buttons here. They are labeled steady, carefree, whimsical, ill-natured, and aggressive. There's also an instruction manual. So I read the instruction manual last time, but basically what this part of the game boils down to is to get through the next part of these caverns, I have to ride on one of these hauler beasts. Each one of these buttons will give me one with a different temperament, and depending on the temperament, they react differently. I'm doing this part of it blind, which means that I don't remember which haulers will do which things. So we're gonna have some fun and experiment. There's certain paths on here, or during this part, that will definitely let you get certain things or not other things. Yeah, they're basically just big 6-legged turtles. That's a hauler beast. So we're supposed to ride that. Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna ride this one. There are, I think, items hidden down some parts of this thing, but since I'm doing this blind-ish, I'm not exactly sure. I don't exactly remember how to. Since we're doing this kind of blind, I don't remember which paths lead where, so I'm going to do my best to try to get out of here the first time. But there is a non-zero chance that I'm going to completely kind of mess it up. Hold on. Yeah, now I kind of remember how this works. So there are rest stops. The rest stop that I missed. Ah. Yeah. This is weird thing where it's like if you don't hit certain rest stops and everything, okay, that's so enough to switch. Yes. Oh yeah, this is gonna be real shenanigans. I think I wound up literally going in a circle. Okay, I think I might have. Alright, I need to actually read the manual again because I actually forgot how this works. Okay. Hall of Beast Instruction Manual, Curls of Caverns, Kingdom of Eriglyph. Right. I remember this. This is when Cloud is leaving Midgard at the end of Discord. Oh, if only. Okay, accelerate, decelerate. Let's do that. Decelerate until jump. Let's say speed. Only turns right except for a certain part of the track and has poor acceleration. Will not obey commands but can jump much further than the others. Turns in opposite direction specified. Tends not to. Yeah. Basically, what this is saying, I know I'm fast forwarding through it, is basically saying, well, the names tell you how they handle, etc., etc. I know apparently Steady has like the worst acceleration and deceleration, which means it's the one that's hardest to actually get to like hit certain things. But I don't want to deal with the quirks of the other ones while I'm trying to figure out how the heck to navigate where I'm supposed to go. So we're doing it like this. Okay. So I think I can speed up a little bit and we're fine. But the main thing I'm trying to avoid is speeding up too much, because then I can't do a lot of like turning and stuff and it gets a lot harder. Yeah, I think this is a rest stop coming up. That's a strong attack, so it may be a little bit tricky to see, but strong attacks, when enemies are about to use them, they kind of get this purple aura around them. And so the trick is, you see the purple aura, just hit him with a weak attack, and you're good. So special attacks in this game, they use up either a little bit of HP or a little bit of MP to actually use them. So the thing that you have to be careful of as you're doing this, or as you're playing, is that if you spam too many battle skills, as they're called, you're going to wind up using up a lot of energy. Okay. So you want to be careful and try to use them when you know that they're going to hit. Okay, so my bonus gauge is almost filled, which is very good. When that does fill up, what that basically means is one of 4 very, very, very beneficial effects that we very much want are going to go into effect. Too bad I have so much stuff, can't carry anything else. Right. Basically speaking, with the bonus gauge, you get either triple money, double experience, increased recovery after battle, or increased chance of item drops. And so generally speaking, the bonus I always try to aim for is double experience. But oops. Oops, too fast. Oh no. Yeah. Slow down. Okay. That nearly went way worse than I thought it could have. I think I want to go to the left. Please let that have been the right choice. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Shit, 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 shit. Pardon my French. Oh, am I gonna go through 3 more walls? Oh, yes. Here we go. This is not a good look. Yeah. Max stress. I gotta go back. Okay. We're gonna get through this today. I'm not reading the manual. I'm just gonna press the steady button and we're gonna try this again. This is suffering. But so it goes. Alright. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm reading the map, but this is gonna be kind of painful. Okay, so I already did the first rest stop, so I don't have to do that one again. I can kind of go past it. Didn't make the stop in time. That's a shame. I think that's. Is that have been the right one? Okay, yeah. So it's this weird thing where sometimes you have to like mentally turn the map around in your head in order to actually figure out which way you're supposed to be going. So I didn't hit a wall, but now I just went backwards. Okay. Yeah. So I admit, with complete honesty, when I was younger, I had a strategy guide for this game. God knows where it is now, but I definitely was using the heck out of it for this part. So this is gonna take a minute because I don't remember. I definitely don't remember the right way through, and it's takes a minute. Because I have to sit here and basically like turn the map around in my head as I'm reading it, and that kind of stinks. I'm trying to make sure I don't like hit the wrong stuff. I'm pretty sure that left for the switch is not the right thing though. I think we want to go to the right first. Definitely do want to stop here and see what's in this. See what's in this particular junction. Oh! There must be something good in that treasure chest, but I can't reach it. Charm of Insight obtained. Don't know what that does, but we'll find out eventually. I got a Chivo. And that's the bonus, battle gauge filled. So, increased recovery rate upon win. What that basically means is that if we use battle skills, we're gonna get more HP back at the end of the battle for using them. The game kind of refunds them a little bit so that you're not like too scared to use them. You don't want to spam them because in this game you can also die from like running out of MP in addition to running out of HP. Ow. So you want to kind of avoid. Oh, when did Nell die? Oops. That's not good. Cliff's probably dead. Sorry, Kakashi. Well, I'm not gonna run, because if I run, the bonus battle gauge will break. And we really don't want that. So if I have to, I will solo this. Nah, get out of here, nerd. Okay. Get down, poisonous mist. Blackberry, no. Blueberries. Okay, that's not ideal, but I'll figure it out. No. And then it broke anyway. Okay, we have no reason to be here anymore. Well, except for experience. Well, I mean, we got the battle trophy, but now everybody's dead, and I have to try not to run into that enemy, or we have to do all of this over again. Let's not put ourselves in that position. I prefer not to. Yeah, there are definitely some parts of this where you do have to deliberately, like, break walls, but... Oh, did I do that wrong again? Dang it! Yeah, reading this map is hard. Because of how they turn it around all the time. Like, I have to actually attempt to read it while it's turning, and it's like, well... Alright. Could go look up a guide, but I'm not gonna look up a guide. Oh wait, I forgot to switch my category. I think I forgot to switch the stream category, didn't I? Do I do that? Notifications. Let's see. I forgot to switch my stream category. That was my bad. I'm trying to figure out how to on here. I may just have to go to the Twitch. Let's go to Twitch directly and do it. Okay. A second. Just gonna this category real quick. Gotta figure out how to do it on Streamlabs. But second. Okay, there we go. Fix that. Okay, try this again. Yeah, I went to go step on the big healing button. Okay. Manual. Steady. Alright, try this again. Ride. Oh, we're gonna ride our house. We're gonna ride this all to the old town road. I wanna ride till I can't no more. Okay, let's see. Try this yet again. There are definitely some items in here where you have to deliberately break through the walls in order to get certain items, but I don't know where those are, and I'm trying not to blow all of our 3 hours trying to figure out how to get the hell out of here. So I'm gonna try left this. Okay, nope, I already went to that one. Damn it. Okay, yeah. These turns are getting mixed up. Doing my best to do it blind, but I really might have to go look at a guide. or we're gonna be here like all stream, and that's not what I want, because cool stuff comes after this part, kind of, mostly. The main thing is that as much as I love these goofy looking turtle jerks, I don't want to be here for forever. Okay, let's see. God. They're in the loop again. Okay. Every single time. I keep trying to do the opposite of what I did the last time, but then I can't remember what I did the last time, and I wind up in the same spot. Okay. Alright. Alright. Yeah. Okay. Got it. Alright. Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Because trying to mess with this right now is just gonna kind of make me cry a lot. But yeah, definitely, as I did wind up recalling correctly, to get to different ones, you need different things. And it's like, jeez. It turns into the whole thing. And we're super not going for 100% completion with this. So I'm okay with that. Alright, let me make sure to have the guide up so that we're not. Yeah, I gotta go at about this speed, because if I go over 25 miles an hour, I can't do turns. Left. Right. Oh. Oh no. Nope. Ah, dang it. I was so... Oh, I'm mad. The salt is real. Like, I could see the exit. Ah, no. Okay, one more time. We can do this. we get through just the one time, then we don't have to go back, and everything is fine. I'm not reading the manual. Alright. Let's do this. Okay. I don't know if stopping will actually reduce the holiday stress or not, but I'm going to hope so. Got him. Shut up, Fate. That was easy. Like it's a Staples button or something, please. I always did wonder, enemies that are fit, like aquatic enemies that are not in the water, how do they survive without the water? Like that, I never really got that. Don't you ever wonder about that sometimes in RPGs? Just like, oh yeah, I'm a fish. It's like, yeah, but you're out of water. How are you still breathing? Is it like science or something? I don't know. Okay. Yep. Left. Okay, good. So rest stops do, in fact, reduce the holiday stress. Good to know. Oh, relax. Slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. Another one. Okay, that might be enough to get us through these 3 fences without us like dying miserably. Okay, right. I need to slow down after I break them. Okay, ow, 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 ow. We're almost there. We're almost there, buddy. Come on. We're almost there. Oh my god. Let's get out of here. You came through on this hauler? Yeah, I did. But, amazing. There are monsters crawling about and the whole place has fallen to disappear. Yeah, I noticed. Also been some terrible rock slides and holes have opened up in some of the tunnels. It's a complete mess in there. Uh-huh, yeah. Who are you? Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Gregory von Derman the Third, administrator of these caverns, I'm a member of the Glyphian army. Gregory, just Gregory will do. Only rank and file soldier. The job suited to an old man such as me. Not that I like being old, mind you. How interesting. Whoops, there I go belly aching again. Yep. Well now, I've made it here on that hollow, that must mean the tunnels are clear. Kinda. Yep, there were a few dangerous parts, but nothing that prevented us from making it through. Only my complete and utter inability to read a map. I see. Well then, I'll drive this one back. I was a fine hauler driver back in the day. Thank you. That'd be great. There's a wild expanse of wildlands from here on. Be careful. You be careful too, Gregory. Don't worry about me. I can still keep up with you youngsters. That's what they all say. Oh, you're packed. Do you want to drive yourself? No, I'm going to leave the caverns, and I'm never going to go back in there. Can't make me. I know I gave up on some really nice items, but I am not going back in there. Not for love nor money. Nope. Okay. So we're out of there now. So basically, what we're doing right now, insofar as where the plot is actually taking us, we are heading toward the Kingdom of Aquaria in order to get to work on that weapon that they want us to make. So before we get there, we have to pass to this town called Arius, which basically means that we just do a lot of walking on this mountain path and all this other stuff. However, I also have to, while we're doing this, at least mostly get back before we start. Oh hey, it's the noblemen, they're back again. Ah, double full. I'll take it though. If we're lucky, we can eventually segue that into triple experience. Basically, as far as Star Ocean 3 goes, if you're like, oh man, I need to grind levels, you need to basically get the bonus gauge to proc triple XP, and then go beat up enemies, like just beat them to death repeatedly. It's basically the trick. That's it. That's the beat. Alright, let's see. So even though we didn't get triple XP this last time, but it's okay. We can compensate by making sure that we chain our battle gauge long enough, and basically we will eventually get it. Oh, they have stun too. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay. So yeah, with the way that anti-attack auras work, basically, you can assign different types of aura as you progress through the game. The one I have right now is stun, so if I stand still and an enemy tries to hit me with a weak attack, if I have full fury, that green meter at the bottom, then basically, nice. Very nice. I basically stun them, but enemies can also have their own types of anti-attack auras, so this is kind of a whole thing of, I don't know what kind of aura they have, so do I really want to proc it? And the answer is usually no. Whenever an enemy has a full AAA, your main job is to try to break it somehow. Magic breaks it, strong attacks break it. Generally speaking, you don't want to just kind of proc an enemy's defenses in this game blindly, because if you do that and then they have something really nasty like stun or heal, then what happens is you get stunned and then comboed for like 5 billion years and you die. So you kind of want to avoid that. Surrounded. Okay. I don't really care about people. He's the only enemy left, so I guess I do actually care about him. so the only other thing I'm trying to do right now, as I'm going along, is to try to fill out as much of this map as trying to fill out as much of this map as I can, because you get very nice rewards for doing that. Slimy little punks. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, the sort of thing that you learn is that also certain enemy skills in this game are always a certain type of, oh, that hurts. Yeah, certain kinds of enemy attacks in this game are always either, enemy skills are either weak or strong all the time, so if you know what they are and you know how to pay attention to them, then you can more or less kind of catch any enemy off guard. Okay, I do my own healing. Thanks, no. You didn't really have to, but I appreciate it. Okay, fire crystal. Pretty cool. I think we use that later, but I'm inside. +5 critical rate. We'll use that a little later. Blackberries. Got a couple of now. She's been casting a lot. Blueberries. Skill setup. Let me see if anybody's learned anything new. Can't really. Cliff. Yeah, with Cliff you basically want to be spending points on either HP or attack, maybe defense. His MP is always going to be kind of terrible. You don't really want to spend a lot on that. But for now, give her a little more HP, and the next one, give her some attack. Or is it the same? Any support skills that we can put on? Improves HP damage by 50%. Effects appear occasionally. Increase skill level to increase effects. Support symbols. Capable chance of recovering 20 amount of maximum HP amount when HP damage is taken. Yeah, you want that. Standby healing. Heals HP gradually as the character rests. Yeah. Wants that. Critical hit. Sure. Yeah, some of these when I was a kid I didn't really use at all, and I was just like, I'm just gonna leave on the one skill the whole time and maybe this will work. I'm trying to avoid that with this playthrough, sort of experiment a little bit more and sort of see what I can do. Nice try, nerd. Oh no. I got owned. Alright. And now instead of eating the rich, we get to beat the rich. Charge. What is that one? Let's see. Oh right, I forgot. We can form Blazing Sword like Voltron, but it's also really expensive. Slams into the enemy, short range only. Yeah, I think that works better than Aerial for what I want to try to do, which is to be able to like just combo the crud out of people. Let's try it. Come on. Ah! Dang it, I was trying to game it for triple XP, but no, it was faster than me. Alright, that's fine. Stop, 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 stop. Need to heal now. Healing. Well, the increased item chance is definitely not the one I wanted, but, you know, as the ancient Hawaiian said, we take those crafting materials. Nice. Yeah, the crafting system in this game is really expensive, and we're not gonna super get into it. Back row mine, we're not supposed to be in there yet, so let's not go in there. If we dig too deep in there right now, we're gonna get hosed up. We really don't want that. So. Was it really? That's fun. Like, no, Neji, it wasn't really that fun. So, a fun fact, since it comes up in streams all the time, occasionally I stop and do research on on the voice acting talent for this game, like what other work they might have done and so on. As it turns out, our main character is voiced by none other than Steve Staley, who is the voice actor for Neji Hyuga from Naruto in the dub. So. She's not having a fun time. Can I heal her? I don't intend to. Be close, but. Alchemy materials, I'll take those. Yeah, sometimes additional item drops is actually pretty useful. Sometimes it's really not. But, Mountains of Bar. This is definitely not where we want to be yet. Yeah, basically, to put this simply, the Mountains of Bar, that's like end of disc 1 type material, and we are not ready for that. That is not the place we want to be right now. It could go if I really wanted to, but it would end up be dying a lot. Taunt, no guard. Awesome. I have no idea what either of those do. I will go check shortly. As soon as I figure out where the heck I'm supposed to go. Dodge that. He says and then gets hit by it anyway. But it's fine. Colorful breath. Don't know it, don't remember what that does, and don't really want to find out. Either these enemies are giving way more XP than I was expecting, or the level ups are way more fast than I remember. It's might be one of the first maps that we're actually able to get 100% completion on without having to come back to do in a while. Maybe. Oh sweet, triple XP. Which basically means that now if the bonus gauge breaks, I'm just gonna cry all the rest of the stream. So let's try to not let that happen. Yeah, that's why I want triple XP. 66. So that's 66 experience points when we still need like numbers like 188. 3 battles. 4 battles maybe, and I already got another level up. What the heck did that thing just do? The funny thing is that I don't care if you won't forget it, because you're dead. So what are you gonna do about it? Alright. Look at that, 98! I literally just got almost half of what I needed for Fate's next level from one fight. Triple XP is so good. If you're ever playing this game, like, strongly recommend. Like, that's the bonus that you want. All the time. First one you always want for the bonus gauge. Fudge. Nope. Apology. Healing. Okay, but next. So the good thing is that at least at this point in the game, there are no enemies that do much or any MP damage. Really good, because if there were, I'd be in a bad situation right now. Standby healing. Nice. And I reached level 10. Ooh. Did it. As they say in the land where I currently live, here. Sorry, memes. Kind of my bread and butter. Not mean ones though, because those are just gross. But no, I think I already went this way. So let's go around the other edge and see. Yeah, if I can get 100% on this map, that would be very nice. So I can take the reward that I get and sell it. Cash. Lots of cash. And at some point in this game, in order to really make the most of it, you basically need money. The crafting system in this game, I was complaining about this in another Discord I'm in. I like it better than the crafting system for Star Ocean 4 by a mile, but that does not mean that it is necessarily amazing. It's just a little bit, the frustrations it causes me are a little bit more acceptable than the one Star Ocean 4 does, but that doesn't mean that this one is not frustrating at all. Oh boy. But again, that discussion, that's a whole thing that we can cross when we get to that bridge. Okay. Treasure. Right berries. Nice. That's group healing, I think. So, as is often the case in this game, I will not be using it until I have no other choice. Alright, come on then, find you big nerd. I can already see you spoiling for effect, let's go. Oh, no. With that. Where's this character again? berries. Gotta wait for item cooldown. Can I use symbology at least? Yes. I really don't want Nell to die. That would be good. There's also like a non-zero chance that even if I'm not controlling Nell, if she dies, the battle gauge breaks. I don't want that. Like seriously, do you see that? 98 XP. That is a lot for right now. That is a whole lot for right now. I'm like 95% sure that we don't have to go through the Breckroyal Mines yet, but I could also be very, very wrong about that, and that could in fact be the place where we have to go next. But I was like pretty sure that we didn't have to yet, so I think I was just going in the wrong direction. Yeah, there's another split up here. Okay, items. What? Yeah. So yeah, right now we're not at the point in the game where we have to worry about it a lot, but there will be a point where basically going, oh god, oh god, oh god, I hope this enemy doesn't MP kill me, kind of becomes super important. We want to be very, very careful about later on, especially. We want to be very careful about death awaits the overconfident. Remember that. I'm like 95% sure that Nell's voice is like Wendy Lee, but I haven't looked it up yet, so I'm not sure. Might be, but we'll see. At some point I intend to look it up and figure it out, but... yeah. Basically in this game especially, like one of the things that you, for progress's sake mostly, one of the best ways to treat yourself is to try to, even if your bonus chain doesn't last for like your whole play session, try to get one early and keep it running for as long as you can, because there we go. Like, the things that you get out of having a chain run long enough... Let me save this nerd. They're just getting messed up. I was out of fury, so I couldn't do a chain like I wanted. As you use skills and magic more frequently, well, maybe not magic, but as you use skills more frequently, they tend to use less of your fury, which means that it's easier to do combos with them. But no, no! Are you kidding me right now? I'm bonus gauge. My bonus gauge. Look at that. That would have been a lot of XP. That would have been all of the XP. That would have been all the XP. Every single bit of it. But profound sadness. Writing materials. Aqua berries. And what else? Compounding elixirs. Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, like I said, the value of most of those items that I'm picking up, or of certain items that I'm picking up, will become much more apparent once I get into the crafting system, and that's gonna take a second. It's also like obscenely expensive, so. How do you like me now? Yeah, so every now and again, because I put on, I think it was first aid on Fate. Every now and again, when I get hit, you may hear this weird bleeping sound, and then I suddenly gain back HP out of nowhere. That would be because of this thing. I did say I was gonna put some status up stuff on people. I got the chance, right? So Nell could use a bit of attack. Cliff could definitely use more attack. Yeah, there are certain biases that I have. Like, Cliff is basically never going to be good at casting magic, so there's good in the sense of, like, can do it without, like, spending a bunch of resources. So, rather than have him do magic stuff, I basically always spend his skill points on, like, HP and attack. Maybe defense also, because, you know, helps to not be squishy. But for the most part, like, Cliff's job is kind of just to, like, the reason why he has so much HP is mostly to soak the way that his battle skills are used, from what I can tell. So it's like... Remember. Yep. Yeah. The only other thing, so I think, ooh, couple more percentage points. Yeah. So the game is a little more forgiving than you think, insofar as map completion goes. I don't have to get like exactly, completely, precisely 100%, but the closer I get to it, sort of the easier it is. Like, you can skate by on like a couple of a tenth of a percent off, but like it's like 95.46 is like this is not quite enough. It's close, but not quite. We'll just run along these edges a little more and see if there's any I can't pick up just by little bits of nook and cranny. I promise you, the money reward that I get out of doing this is pretty much worth it. Just gotta get every little bit. Not that bad. Oh. Four, yeah.
What? An attack from behind? Bad situation.
Got it. Yes. Hello, easy level ups. Shadow Wave. Okay. So, Shadow Wave. This is one of Nell's best moves, and I love it so much. Shadow Wave deals MP damage, and deals a lot of MP damage. So, there are certain enemies against which there's certain enemies who are basically let's go still. Okay, man. Hammer of Might is a little bit cheaper than Spear of Might, and also Spear of Might is character doesn't flinch even when taking damage equal to 1/5 the current HP amount. Always active. Okay, no guard. Yeah, no guard is pretty good. But this is also why you want to put a lot of your points into Cliff's HP, because for the most part, like things like no guard basically make your life a lot easier. Fate is more, because like look at this now, like 1452, that is a lot. But the main thing especially is that no guard is also part of the reason why, at least. So yeah, the main reason to put HP into HP as Cliff's main skill to level up is because all of his attacks are physical, so all of his attacks use HP, or all of his abilities use HP to actually pull off. So the main thing is that he's going to be spending a lot of that, so you want him to have a lot of it to spend. Cliff hits like a truck, basically, and so you want to enable him to do that as much as you can for as long as he can. But also for things like no guard. So not flinching in this game is really strong, because it lets you kind of be a little bit more aggressive in terms of like actively pushing on opponents and kind of like slapping them up. Very good for that sort of thing. So having no guard is always on Cliff all the time as a support skill is usually a pretty good call. It just means that now you can kind of just get in the trenches and be in people's faces all day and they can't really stop him. And you want that. Because he hits really hard. Again, the only bad things is that he has like really, really, really bad MP. So if you bring him into fights where a lot of MP damage is going on, probably not the best idea, is the best way to put it. Okay. I couldn't quite get 100. 0.2. Alright. Couldn't quite get the 100. But we'll save it for another run through of that. We made it.
Arius, Aquaria territory.
Actually, give me 1 second. I need a bio break real quick. So, pardon me a moment. I will be back shortly. that. Okay, so yeah.
Some of the houses have been destroyed.
Yes. That happened during the Aryglyph attack.
Okay, let me turn up the volume a little bit. Or let me fix the mix just a little bit. 'Cause sometimes they get a little low.
The large mansion in the middle of town is our base of operations here. We'll check in there first.
So much to do, so much to see. So what's wrong with taking the back streets? General store jack potato. No merchant is willing to deliver goods to this dangerous place. So there's nothing I can do about these high prices. Don't start complaining about them. Look, I just want stuff. Broadsword, long dagger, steel gauntlet, steel chainmail. We have a clone generator, a little bit of another 3 sprigs of fresh sage, and berries. Yeah. So, yeah, the reason I really wanted to get 100% completion on the last map we were on is because I would have gotten probably another scale bunny, and with the scale bunny, what we do with those basically is sell them for oodles of cash. If you really need movement speed, then you keep them, but honestly, don't really need it. A poorly wielded sword is a sad sword. If you're a warrior of low standing, never blame your inexperience on your weapon. Ouch. I mean, also true. Fancy sword doesn't really mean much if you can't swing it that well. So he has a point. But yeah, so for context with Arius, again, it is basically on the border between Aryglyph and Aquarius, and Aquaria rather, sorry, which means that a lot of the border disputes between them have caught this village more or less in the middle. Now it more or less splits in Aquarian territory, but that doesn't. But because of the way that the fighting is going on, things are not so pleasant otherwise. There's no one here. Expand the inn, and that's all blocked off. Okay. I guess then I gotta go to the thing at the center of town, like they were saying. Go over here. Here. But you waiting, lady now? Lady Clara waits in the back room. Okay. Don't know where the back room is. I'm gonna assume it's this one.
We've already received the redeployment request for the runological weapons.
They will arrive in 3 days.
Will that be sufficient, ma'am? That will be fine. Carry on.
Yeah, some of the mixing
Yes, ma'am.
in this game is kind of uneven. You notice?
Nice work, all. You are relieved.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay.
You're looking well.
It's you. When did you return?
Just now, Claire.
Hang on. Closer.
I'm fine. I see you still worry too much.
It's only because you're too reckless. If you don't want me to worry about you, try being a little more careful.
work I'm in. It can't be helped.
Okay, I'm gonna turn this up a little bit more because I know that this game volume is like super soft. I have to keep fussing with it because it never saves my settings for this. Okay, better.
That may be so, still. Are these the ones?
That's right. They're engineers from Greeton.
So Greeton is another country. Is another country on this planet that we're on that apparently has like really fancy technology and stuff. Except we're not from Greeton. We're from literally space, and we're using that as a cover.
They're still reluctant to help us.
I see. I'm Commander Claire Lasbard of the Aquaria Rhenological Unit. I'm honored to meet you.
Honored to meet you as well.
The name's Cliff Fitter.
I'm Fate Line God. Nice to meet you.
Yep, Fate Line God.
I must apologize for forcing our problems on you. However, you must understand our situation.
I think we understand.
But I'm not sure.
I would like to hear what you have to say, and I will provide a thorough explanation of our situation as well. But you must be exhausted.
Kinda.
Why don't we continue this tomorrow? You need your rest.
That's right. He may seem fine now, but Fate is still under the weather.
I'm fine.
Oh my god, Fate, don't be...
Hey, never pass up a chance to take it easy, kid.
See? Cliff? He knows the sauce.
It was a real trek crossing those mountains.
It was. Especially because I didn't get my 100% completion. So I could get that money to sell. Makes me
Okay,
sad.
okay.
There's a guest room upstairs on the second floor. Please feel free to use it.
No
Now,
wonder the inn didn't have a...
we have much to discuss.
Right.
No wonder the inn didn't have a... anybody there. They can just go here and rest upstairs. Surprise.
Not bad.
Yeah, and the view's pretty good too.
I'll rest up first. Take a stroll and come back whenever you feel like.
Will do.
Please use the room by the stairway. At first we thought we'd put you in private rooms, but since you're in a foreign land, we thought it would be best if you were with someone you knew well. We kinda know Cliff well. Like, for those of you that missed it, basically, the only reason why we know Cliff is because he rescued us when we were stranded on the other planet that we crash landed on the first time. Basically, he kinda got us out of that jam there. But, yeah. Otherwise, we would have been stuck. The village gates are shut right now, but it's not because we were ordered to keep them leaving. Travel in and out of this village has always been tightly controlled to prevent the entry of spies and agents of the Kingdom of Eriglyph. No, it's really true. I believe you. I can't stand it anymore. I don't want to be in a dangerous place 1 second longer. I've made up my mind. I'm leaving the village. It's the best idea I've had lately. I've decided to leave this village. Why didn't I decide sooner? I can't believe it took this long. If I come back here in like 2 weeks, or the next other time I come back through here for story and you're still here, then I know you're a liar. Zarius. All the village's gates are still closed at this hour. I finally was able to open this tavern after years of backbreaking work. Curse them! Curse them all! Aren't you happy to at least be alive? Let's start over from scratch. I mean, yeah, but... yeah, that's messed up. So, Many died at the hands of the Glyphian forces, and I'm sure many more will die in the days ahead. What is going on in the minds of those Glyphians, and what exactly do they want? If I remember correctly, basically a lot of the current conflict, at least what has been stated in story, was something along the lines of there were some church worshippers that were planning to assassinate the king of Eriglyph. He got word of it and basically said, forget all of you. And then after that was like, alright, let's just slap up Aquaria for all this nonsense. Also, we're taking our land back. Something like that. What a relief. It seems I've somehow managed to survive another day. That was a little too close to move right now, to be honest with you. So, I've worked so hard till now, but I suppose it's time to go. I really am fond of this house. I inherited from my parents, but my family's lives are far more important. I can't stand having lived in fear of the Lithians day in and day out. It's going to drive me mad. You know what my mama said? She said it's too dangerous to play outside. I'm bored. Yeah, well, kid. Yeah, you don't want to be. What? Excuse me? Perfect berries. $60% HP recovery for the whole party. I am almost never going to use these. That is too precious. Most of the villagers have already fled north to Paterni, Agrios, and other such places. Arius is such a dreary place now. You know where your room is, don't you? Then please try to get some rest. I'm much busier than I may seem. There's an endless number of issues I must discuss with Claire. Yeah, well, it looks like you're walking around in here, and so forgive me if I don't seem so. Everyone looks so tired, so I'll save the details for tomorrow. Okay, I went around just to go walk and see what was going on. Okay, you're saying go to sleep. I'm gonna go to sleep. I'll go. Seems they're already in Aquarian territory, but it should be safe to get some sleep here. I can see how you feel a bit uneasy though. Go to bed now? Ready to go to sleep yet? I mean, I did. Barely keep my eyes open. The sun's still out, but I think I'll go to bed early in preparation for tomorrow. Huh. The expression on her face did actually look a little bit troubled. It might have been hard to see with the lighting, but definitely there was a furrow to that brow. Something's going on. Cliff always has this craftier than he looks thing going on. It's really odd. It always makes me nervous when I see it. But
Yo, how'd you sleep? Feel any better?
Yeah, I feel fine. I was probably just worn out.
Glad to hear that. I have a feeling things are gonna get hectic today.
a feeling, huh?
Why do you say that? How do you know?
Just a hunch.
Oh, we know all about those.
Funny guy.
We got a little more time on the stream, so let's see how much farther we can get before... Good morning. Did you sleep well? Lady Claire's in the conference room down below. She wants to talk to you about our future plans. Alright then, yeah, let's go check that. Here. Oh. Ooh, treasure. Treasure. Good treasure. Blackberries obtained. Yeah, we take this.
Lady Claire.
Fate. Cliff. Good morning. Did you sleep well?
Yes, thank you kindly.
I'm glad to hear it. Right, let us begin the negotiations.
All right.
Please, sit anywhere you like.
Where's Nell?
She's...
Uh-oh.
She had other duties to attend to.
What?
Don't worry, I'm taking over her duties as far as you two are concerned.
Well, all right.
Let's begin. I don't know what you discuss with Nell and the others, but you are now in Aquaria territory. Even if you refuse to assist us, I can guarantee your safety. We will have to retain custody of you until we reach the royal city of Aquarius, but you may provide us with your answer at that point.
Wow, you're really bending over backwards to meet us halfway. You should have heard Nell.
Nell is very frank. Although she is extremely skilled, as I'm sure you have noticed, she tends to be rather inflexible at times. It can be problematic.
Just a little.
Yeah, I know the type. Mission, mission, always the mission.
To be honest, I too would like you to work for us, but I realize this is not your war.
That's an understatement.
Our deaths and the life of our country are not in your hands. You need feel no obligation, and we have no right to force you to help.
Yet.
Now you're making me feel guilty.
It is only the truth. At least we thank our blessings you did not fall into Eriglyph's hands.
So what do you want to do? Looks like they'll let us go after we reach Aquarius.
Is something wrong?
It's...
No, it's nothing.
If you have any questions, I will answer to the best of my abilities.
All right, then I'll ask. What is Nell's new mission?
He really isn't gonna let that go, is he?
Why would you ask that? She is no longer your concern.
She told us her mission was to take both of us safely to the royal city. How could she just leave us here?
Ooh.
To you, it appears that she has abandoned her mission.
Well, yes. I didn't know her long, but I got the impression that she would never leave a mission incomplete.
Not incorrect.
Well,
She went to rescue Tynehaven and Farlene, didn't she?
Cliff, what the fuck? How did he know or even remotely guess that? What?
What?
Lady Claire, is this true?
Why would you think that?
That's my question.
Last night, she came to our room.
Does he sleep?
Huh? When?
While you were snoring like a babe. I was wondering what she wanted, but all she did was bow and leave without saying a word. I was pretending to be asleep, so I don't think she realized I was watching her. It makes sense, though, considering the situation. That's probably what you overheard them talking about in Curlsall.
What the?
Is that true, Claire? I can't believe it.
Every time. You think you know him, and then he surprises you. Cliff Fitter. Yep, Cliff Fitter.
Yes, it is. She left to rescue Tiny and Farlene.
If you knew what she was doing, why didn't you stop her?
We all got our missions. Mine's to bring you back to our leader, and I stick to my missions.
Dang, Cliff.
But...
All right. I will explain.
You had to put her in the corner. She's just like, oh, that's fine.
Around the time you arrived in Cursa, we received a message from Eric. They told us that the two women are hostages, and they demanded you in exchange. This is not possible. So she went to rescue them.
But... all by herself?
That's Nell for you.
Why didn't she tell us? We'd have gone with her.
Perhaps because the odds of her success are essentially zero. She'll likely walk into an Eriglyph trap.
Ah, one of those.
I tried to stop her, but there was no way. Nell would never abandon those who work for her.
She pretends to be all business, but she's the type that can't let go.
At any rate, that is our situation. Please do not worry about Nell. We must hurry on to
The hell I
Oculus.
won't.
Although this is a relatively safe area, nowhere is completely safe.
You were mistaken, my lady.
Where'd they demand it take place?
Why do you want to know that?
I can't let her do this. Her life is more valuable than that. Do people think the only way to end this war is to throw away their own lives? I'm going after Nell. I have a few words to say to her.
All right, Fate. I was waiting for you to say that.
Wait. Huh? But Cliff is like, I stick to my missions, and yet he's like, yeah, let's go rescue Nell. Oh.
I cannot allow this. Nell told us of your skills, but this enemy is too strong, even for you.
Don't worry about us. I don't know what she told you, but we can fend for ourselves.
He's not wrong.
Besides, when he gets riled up like this, Fate can get even nastier than Nell.
He's also not wrong about that either.
He's the most stubborn, hardcore kid around.
Don't know about hardcore, but definitely stubborn.
In that case, I'll send some soldiers.
No need. We'll just be asking for them to spot us if we march in there with an army. We'll be more maneuverable in small numbers.
Also not wrong.
And I doubt you can spare the guards, given your situation.
That's true, but
Nell trusted us. You should too.
Claire, where are they bringing the hostages to trade?
a building on the southeastern side of Cursa. It was originally constructed as a training facility, but now they execute people there. It's also the base of the Heavy Cavalry Black Brigade, one of Eriglyph's 3 military units.
How do we get there?
Return to Cursa, then follow the road from the south gate of the city and you'll find it. I think you'll get there faster if you avoid the mountain road you took before, and take the south gate from Arias. Head across the wilderness and enter Cursa from that direction.
Got it.
We in this together?
Of course.
Well, alright then.
Please, wait a moment. Be very careful. Their lives are in your hands.
Don't worry about that. I will be super careful.
Leave it to us.
Careful is my middle name.
Don't worry. We'll bring them home. Forgive me if I give Nell a good smack for this.
Alright. Yeah, let's be on our way towards Cursa then. Let's head to the southern gate, right? Hold on, let me align this map so you can see where I'm going. Oh, the southern gate going that way. Yes. Yeah, it makes sense. Okay. We got a little more time to shoot.
Let's hurry. She left last night. We've got a ways to go to catch up.
Cliff has used that his
Right.
punch animation like 3 times in the last 3 minutes. Airy Hills. Oops. Why do I keep turning my map around?
Not good! Blade of Fury! Hammer of Force!
Ah! Oh.
Blade of Fury!
That's cool.
Too late for regrets.
Got my bonus gauge broken. But on the other hand, today I learned that Hammer of Might actually deals MP damage. That's pretty sweet, actually. I'm about that. Right, let's see if we can at least get to the training facility before we cut the stream. Berries. It's already capped on, so it's gonna come back. Yeah.
What? An attack from
So
behind?
that's how it's gonna be, huh?
Blade of Fury!
Hammer of Might! Hammer of Might! Hammer of Might! I'd have preferred a more worthy opponent.
Yeah. Kinda like Hammer of Might better.
Here I go!
Looks like an even match.
Hammer of Might! Hammer of Might! Hammer of Might!
Blade of Fury! Blade of Fury!
Hammer of Might!
That was easy.
Kind of easy anyway. Alright, let's see. Go in. Blueberries. Okay. Cool. Might be able to do this one a little bit better, but we'll see.
Here I go!
Looks like an even match. Blade of Fury!
Hammer of Might!
Blade of Fury! Blade of Fury!
Avoid fireball.
Hammer of Might!
Take those.
Blade of Fury!
Hammer of Might! Too late for regrets.
Real fight!
Let's take him on.
Ah! Blade of Fury! Blade of Fury!
I'm gonna pulverize you!
Blade! Too slow! Healing!
Hammer of Might! Hammer of Might!
I won't forget this!
Too late for regrets.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Here I go!
Bring it on!
I'm gonna pulverize!
Blade of Fury!
Hammer of Might!
Blade of Fury! That was fun!
Yeah, enemies that use scram to get out of battle, I don't think you get XP or money from them, so a little salty about that, but can't be helped. Yeah, I think for now it's best if we get back to Curlsaw, because Steam is... I'm almost out of time on my end, so you just...
Real fight!
Let's take them on!
Oh, okay. Oh,
Need some backup!
that was like a weak attack. That was not a weak attack. This is bad. No.
Retreat!
It's all over if we lose now!
Let's dip up out of here. Bye. Okay. Nice. Okay, let's get to an end. And call the stream there, because I am almost dead. That would have been real embarrassing. But I made it safe. It's too late to cancel, even though, like, just like that. Okay. Alright. To all my viewers out there, thank you for watching the stream. Much appreciated. We will be back next week, probably at around this time. It may work out a little bit better in terms of like letting people schedule in. I also may have some things coming up from like my day job at around the normal streaming time. So for the time being, 1:30 to 3:30 EST is when we're doing it. That's all for me. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you all for watching. Till next time.